Now, if you're watching us live, I assume you just got done watching some of the track and field events at the Olympics that were on just before us. And there were a lot of people to root for from Oregon who either live here or train here. And it makes sense. You know, we have one of the best known track and field stadiums in the nation, maybe even the world. So we sent Devin Haskins down to Hayward Field to answer the question, how did we get here?
The road to Tokyo ran through Eugene. It is the place to be for track and field. So well known, it's earned its nickname as Tracktown. But before we got to where we are today, how did we get here? In the epicenter of it all sits Hayward Field. Even before the turn of the last century, track and field was already taking off.
I always like to say that, the first track and field team here was in 1895, so 10 years before Bill Hayward came here to coach, and that team was very successful.
Bill Hayward, who the stadium would later bear the name of, was head coach at Oregon in the early 1900s and immediately saw potential here. In 1923, he sent this letter lobbying for the West Coast U.S. Olympic tryouts to be held at Hayward, writing in the letter that the track was, quote, the fastest one on the coast.
To have luck, it takes a lot of work.
Then there was head coach Bill Bowerman, who famously fashioned the iconic waffle pattern, trying to give his runners a competitive advantage with a lighter shoe.
He was taking guys with mediocre talent and taking them to the top of the world.
Bowerman is credited with launching the jogging craze, famously saying, if you have a body, you are an athlete. For years, athletes have come to Oregon to become the best.
And every 4 years, you get a chance to hopefully do it again.
Dave Johnson was the #1 decathlete in the world in the late 80s. He earned a bronze in the 1992 Barcelona Summer Olympics. Johnson would train in California, but would often head to the U of O when he was home for the holidays.
What was cool about University of Oregon is it attracted really good coaches. There was people all around the world that would just be there.
Beyond Hayward Field, the state of Oregon has become a place to run. Some of the most elite runners in the U.S. train right here with groups like the Bowerman Track Club. Those same Olympic athletes train the next generation of runners.
It's just, if you think about it, it's pretty cool. Like they've ran on Olympic tracks and they're really experienced and there's a lot to learn from them.
Hayward Field has hosted 7 U.S. Olympic trials, more than a dozen NCAA outdoor championships, and more than 20 world records have been broken here.
What's really most exciting for the state of Oregon is
Tracktown USA has kept going what Bill Hayward started, lobbying to bring the best to Hayward.
And I think when you combine that level of athleticism with really a very enthusiastic and passionate crowd, you just get an atmosphere and an energy that no other community can match.
And that is how we got here. I'm Devin Haskins, KGW News.